Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. This is your brother Jawada from the Men of Valor campaign, Greenville, South Carolina. Coming back with another video on sincerity and in truth, and Lord willing, it can be edifying. And they just came out with the news that the U.S. debt has surpassed $31 trillion. All right. They came out with that news. Not sure what they're going to do with that information, but Salaki, we know through the spirit, man, yeah, that's a low ball. All right, that's a low ball. However, if you want to just play off those numbers, within the last, 3-4 years, from Trump's presidency and to Biden's, with this whole the Crown Vic coming into play. You remember all those stimulus packages and stock market bailouts that they did? It added like $5, $6, $7 trillion to their debt just within a few years. All right, it really ramped up. And there was actually an article that I saw. It just came to my mind. I'm not sure if I'll be able to find it, but it was an article that came out that, for them to get to within the last like 100 or not 100, really like 100 years, for them to get from zero, debt to even like just 20 trillion, it took them like 70, 80 years or whatever. But it didn't take them very long to hit from like that 20 to 30 mark, So, this place has been, it's not a nation that is really even wealthy. Okay, how could you be wealthy if everything that you have is based on debt? A nation that solely runs on debt, it's not gonna stand, man. All right, it can't prosper, and that's what this nation has done too. What America does is they sell the facade that this country is rich. Okay, think about the average person. They get a house. I'm pretty sure they got the mortgage debt on here. They got all types of debt. I know they got that student loan debt. All right, which these degrees, unless you're, a doctor or a nurse, or a lot of people aren't really dealing with that no more. All right, and actually they say that women owe more debt than men. All right, they're the bulk of the consumer spending debt. They go and get all these different purses and makeup, and they're more inclined to use a credit card to do that. Going and get these nice cars, nice houses, which the men are too. All right, that's what the whole middle class is pretty much doing. They go and they get these houses and they get them on a mortgage. That's taking out debt. They're not paying straight up cash for their houses more often than not. They're not straight up paying cash for their cars more often than not. So they use debt to keep up this facade and this lifestyle that they're prospering. All right, which when all this debt defaults, the United States is eventually going to straight up default on their debt. Their currency isn't going to be worth a damn. All right, a lot of these people are going to lose their homes. They're going to lose their substance that they thought they had. And even the elites who've made tons of money just based off debt. Because the U.S. dollar isn't pinned to anything. It's used as the petrodollar. All right, but it's not backed by gold, which it was its true. That was its true intent. So this paper money ain't even worth shit. And what they try to do to pay off that debt is print more money. Okay, that's counterproductive. Just to keep it simple. All right, but them saying that U.S. debt has surpassed 31 trillion. All right, we know this. If you just want to look at the economics of this place, it's out the fucking door, man. Okay, it's not about you can't heal this place, as the scriptures say. But I want to start here because the motherfuckers that thought of this grand idea, to make themselves wealthy and rich and make everybody perpetual debt slaves. All right, the Lord has it out for you. James chapter 5 and verse 1. Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and your silver is cankered. See, the elites give everybody this currency. Meanwhile, they're hoarding all the gold in a damn vault somewhere, you know. But the Lord said, what? Your gold and your silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped up treasure together for the last days, and we're in the last days. See, they're heaping up all these treasures to think that once they, that they can rise from the nuclear ashes and rebuild. But the scriptures say that the day coming that shall burn as an oven. It's going to leave them neither root nor branch. There's not going to be a rebuilding after this. You're going into slavery. But see, in their mind, they think they're going to go hide in space or hide in their bunkers, their deep underwater bunkers or whatever, underground bunkers. And, they have the substance to build from the ashes. Okay? That's them heaping up those treasures for the last days. When this economic collapse that they're going to bring, while everybody else is starving, they're heaping together all the resources. Right? Verse 4, it says, behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth. So, hey, all this wrongdoing you've done, these highest interest rates, committing usury, all right, against your own people, okay, you about to pay for all that. It says, verse 5, ye have lived in pleasure on the earth, and been wanton. Ye have nourished your hearts as in the day of slaughter. You have condemned and killed the just. He doeth not resist you. Right. And who is the just? The Israelites. Ultimately. Even the ones that are in that 2/3 state of mind, you've paid all this money to keep them in this state of mind. You paid, pushed gangster rap and the stock culture and killing and shooting them on Jake, and you're profiting off of it, And the Lord gonna get you for that. You caused your neighbor to drink, to look upon his nakedness. You accused us before the Heavenly Father, even though you were setting these things up for Jake to do. It says, that's pretty much the point I wanted to get there. I want to get this. Speaking about that debt that they've been building up, so these rich men, they're doomed, man. The rich men of the earth, the elites, they're going to be slapped in chains. All right, let's get Habakkuk 2. In verse 4, it says, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Yet also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied. But he gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Verse 6, it says, shall not all these things take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe unto him, or woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. And that's what this devil has done since the inception of this country, really since he's came into power. But if you want to just speak about the last few hundred years and then the inception of America, all right, he increases that which was not his. This land did not belong to him, and he came and set up false treaties, false peace agreements, and broke everyone, and also went scorched earth. What's going on, man? How you been? He went and was pillaging Gad, Reuben, who were living off this land, forced them into reservations. Okay, this is what they did. This is what these devils do. It says, damn lizard. Verse 6 again, shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. All right, one that thick clay is this right here. All right, this debt. Okay, what you see, if you look, it's ticking by the damn second, man. All right, about a second. And they want to tax everybody and putting it. So in this, another thing that people might not know. In this country, though, when you're born, you know, you're given a birth certificate, you're given a social security number, and you instantly come in owing money, even though you didn't do anything to heap up that debt. They divide it amongst the citizens, and they make us pay taxes. All right, it's you know, this is what they do. All right, by their evil dealings, right? So this place has to be put down, man. But this is that, man, that, you know, they laid it themselves with thick clay, that thick debt. All right. And the debt is just keeps going higher and higher. They're sending all this money to Ukraine. You know, they're not even really helping any people, showing you that they're not righteous at all, man. All right, there's people over here that are struggling to be able to eat. But here it is, they're sending, you know, billions of dollars to Ukraine. All right, when Ukraine ain't even a real ally. You know, they're not a NATO member. They're not a EU member. But that's what they're doing. But see, people ain't even really fed up yet. When people get fed up, that's when you're going to see, you know, the insurrection among men and invading, or sedition among men and invading one another, you know, not regarding their kings nor princes. And see, even now you have everybody screaming, fuck Joe Biden, you know, or let's go Brandon, however they want to say it. So, you know, these powers that be, they're not being trusted by the people anymore, even their own people, because they're seeing that they've been deceived, man. And eventually the United States is going to default on their debt, man. They are. The stock market is going to crash. The economy is going to crash. The housing market is going to crash. You know, and these people are going to be in straits, and they're going to realize that they've been living a facade all along, man. Right? So, you know, they come out with this news, right? And hey, good. It's helping us further identify who this damn devil is, man. All right. But Lord willing, this is edifying. We give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Bahashem, Makakadash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Till next time, Shalom.